If you want to learn how MACD indicator works and how a trading bot using MACD performed in last year's history, then stay tuned. In this video, we're going to explain everything about MACD indicator. It's a very popular indicator, but not many people actually understand what it calculates and why it is so good. In this video, we're going to go over that. We're also going to show you the trading bot that we built all around MACD and some price action confirmation and how it performed last year. So if you're interested, then keep watching. If you want to learn more about the trading tools we build at tradersmarket.io, there's going to be a link below in the description, so feel free to check it out. Or if you want to learn more about how to backtest trading bots, how to optimize them, and basically everything about MT5 and automation, then there's the completely free masterclass that we have. It's going to be also linked down below in the description. Feel free to go check it out. At this point, it should be a couple of hours long because we want to put as much content as possible in it and to make it really the best masterclass there is on MT5 automation. So check it out, link in the description. So let's start with MACD and how it works. So here I'm on TradingView, and below, as you can see, is the MACD. This is short for moving average convergence divergence, and here are the settings that I have. So the fast length is 12, the slow is 26, and the signal length is 9. Now let's see what all of these values mean in practice. So there are three important lines right here. The blue one is like the faster one, and that is the MACD line. The yellow one is the signal, and this is the moving average of the MACD line. So this is like the kind of a smoothened version. And then there is the histogram, and histogram is basically the difference between these two lines. But how are these calculated? I have it written right here. So as I said, MACD is short for moving average divergence, convergence, divergence. I'm just trying to say crossover all the time. So that means that back there it's using moving averages for its calculations. So since we have setting 12 and 26, MACD line is doing basically EMA 12 minus the EMA 26. So if price is going up, obviously the 12 is going to pick that up and it's going to be higher than the 26. So this is going to be positive and this one is going to go up, okay? Or vice versa, it's going to be negative. Then there is the signal line. So the signal line is basically the smoothened version of the MACD. So this means that when these two cross, this means there's a change in momentum. Something is changing. Now it's easier when they're like moving averages of the actual price. So when they cross over, it's very simple, and then you say, okay, so this means that just prices going down on a lower time period, okay, because the fast one is going down and it's crossing the longer one, the higher period one. So it's easier to understand. This is a bit more complicated, but again, just keep in mind the MACD is kind of following the price, and signal is a smoothened version of it. So when it crosses the signal line, it actually indicates something. And then there is the histogram. So the histogram is like the difference between these two, and as you can see, when they cross, the histogram actually becomes 0. So because they're at the same point. So this is again something interesting to use, like if it's widening, if it's tightening, like it can indicate interesting things. So let's see, I have some notes right here. So this is regarding the actual calculation of the MACD. So if short-term trend is accelerating upward faster than the long-term trend, MACD becomes positive. And this is exactly what we said about the MACD. If short-term trend weakens relative to the long-term trend, MACD fails. If momentum turns bearish, MACD becomes negative. So this is how MACD is kind of, following the price, but also the momentum. So if histogram is going upwards, this means bullish momentum is increasing. So what does the histogram growing mean? That means that there is a growth in difference between MACD and signal line. So since the MACD is following price and signal is like smoothened version of that, that means that we have high momentum, and with very high momentum we're going up, let's say, and that is why MACD is rising so much faster, hence the difference is becoming greater and histogram is growing. So if histogram is shrinking upward, that means that bullish momentum is weakening, and vice versa for growing downward or shrinking downward. So let's see in practice how this works, and are there any useful signals you can actually get from MACD itself. So as you can see right here, we have crossovers. So crossovers are very interesting to look at. As you can see, after that there was a drop in price. Here is now the crossover upwards. And as you can see, there are not many of them happening, and especially not, if you look at the ones which are a bit wider and have a greater difference than this middle line, then you're going to see that there are not many happening, and these could actually be very valid signals. Okay? So that's one type of signal we can get. The other type is the growing histogram. And what you can see is, let's say, if you're trading some breakout, let's say. So right here, you can see there is this big candle. You can see that that it broke some level, etc. Like, I'm not gonna get too deep into the strategy, but the point is, you can see that the volume, not the volume, the histogram, I mean the volume also, but the histogram is going up because we have so high momentum coming into the market, and let's say we are in a buy position right here. As you can see, as time goes, like right here, even though the price did not drop, so let's say, for example, you took a trade right here and you had your stop loss right here and take profit. Let's say we're not taking profit yet, but price is around here, okay? You can see how the histogram is lowering down, and just there is no more momentum coming in the market. You can also see that from the candles, but again, this is a very nice representation because this is basically numbers, okay? So somewhere here, you should be notified and you should be like, okay, there is no more momentum in the market for an up move, so it's a good time to exit the trade. So you could be exiting right here and capturing your 30 pips of profit or whatever. So these are two ways in which you can use the MACD. Obviously, there are many more, but these are the two main ones that I've tried. So now let's get to the MetaTrader 5 and see what are all the settings for MACD strategy. So as you can see, there are obvious settings like the time frame, then the MACD settings, so the fast EMA period, the slow EMA, and the signal line. So these are the three main settings. These are some optimized values that we set. You're free to change those, and the rest is very similar to all the trading bots that we have, like the session filters, the ATRs, the risk rewards, trading stop, stuff like that. So regarding these settings, we picked the MACD, there is the Euro US dollar, and we picked $10,000 for this backtest. If we go to the backtest results, here they are. So the total net profit was around 56% in a year. The year was 2025. As you can see, the Sharpe ratio is very nice. Short trades 1 is only 24%, but long trades 1 is 40%. So this would have a nice optimization of just like skipping short trades or doing them only if they are very under some strict rules. And you can see other info like the maximum drawdown was around 16%. So yeah, all in all, very nice results for this strategy. And let's try to find some trades and see how they performed. For that, I think we need to we'll need to run the visual mode. So now we can see the visual mode and we can see the actual trades. So with this trading bot, because the MT5 is having a bit of a different MACD, you're gonna see different visuals right here. But what this trading bot is using is it's using this histogram, and it's actually looking for the crossover between this line, which is the MACD line, and this histogram. So right here you can see that it was crossing upwards, so it opened a buy order. Or let's get more examples. So we're looking for another, okay, let's see, this is another buy. Can we find where it was opened? Okay, so it was open right here. As you can see, again, it was crossing upwards. Let's see if we can get a sell. This is a sell, so right here you can see it's crossing downwards this line, hence we are selling. So that will be it for this trading bot review. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below in the comments. If you want to check out this or any other trading bot we have, there's going to be a link in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.